The Chinese people are under the control of the Chinese Communist Party even when going overseas. They have to promise to avoid any contact with Falun Gong practitioners abroad. NTD's Becky Zhou has a story.
Members of the CCP and employees of state-run companies in China must sign a document before they can go abroad for training. In it, they have to promise they will avoid all Falun Gong-related activities. The requirements include not watching Falun Gong activities and not accepting any materials that Falun Gong practitioners distribute to disclose the lies of the CCP. They also aren't allowed to come into contact with media organizations founded by Falun Gong practitioners or accept petitions against human rights violators belonging to the CCP. If you ever practice Falun Gong in China, you won't even have the chance to go overseas for professional training. This, according to leaked documents issued by provincial and municipal governments in China. This is the latest evidence of how the Chinese regime punishes people for doing the spiritual practice. A former senior diplomat at the Chinese consulate in Sydney, who defected to Australia in 2005, says that China's Department of Foreign Affairs penalizes its staff for having faith. He recalls what happened to one of his former colleagues.
Jing-hu was a Chinese ambassador to Fiji. His wife practiced Falun Gong and was arrested during Chinese New Year. She was sent to a place for brainwashing and so-called re-education. She was not allowed to go home during Chinese New Year. Worse still, Jing-hu and his wife were demoted to work in a library of the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Falun Gong, also known as Falun Dafa, is a spiritual practice in the Buddhist tradition. It consists of moral teachings, a meditation, and 4 gentle exercises. The teachings are about truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance.
The most important task of Chinese diplomats in other countries is to monitor Falun Gong practitioners and to limit their influence, especially in America, Australia, and some major European countries. The diplomats distributed a lot of propaganda against Falun Gong.
Chen said back then, before the Chinese Communist Party started to persecute Falun Gong in 1999, there was a Falun Gong practice site in the Law Department of China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But since 1999, all practitioners at the practice site have been persecuted. Reporting by Becky Zhou, NTD News.